Hello everyone, it's your Immortal Hellseeker back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing my top 10 favorite DC Multiverse figures of 2021. Now, well, one, you're not looking at 10, and also these are not at all on my list. These are my honorable mentions, so I'm going to go over them in no particular order. Starting off with Batwoman Beyond. This is a figure that really impressed me, not a figure I was too looking forward to. I ended up getting her, I liked her a lot. Hazmat Batman, incredible figure. I really have nothing else to say. It's just really good. Rebirth Superman, the Superman we deserve. Not the Superman we needed, but the Superman we deserved. Mortal Kombat 11 Joker, I had nowhere else to put him. He's just so good. Honestly, like a month ago, I would even say this is my favorite figure of the year. Now, definitely not, and definitely not my favorite in the DC Multiverse line. Next, Lex Luthor. Batman Beyond almost made the list, but then I really started thinking, and one of my honorable mentions really needed to be on the list. Justice League Batman, Etrigan, and the Justice League movie Black Suit Superman. All right, let's start with number 10. All right, up at my number 10 spot, and actually the only Batman figure on this list, amazingly. Not at all the only Batman character, because if you know me, I'm a huge Batman fan. But actually, this is the only Batman figure that ended up making the list. Now, Mcfarlane's had a lot of great Batman figures. I literally had like 3 on the honorable mentions, who all I would have thought would have made the list, but didn't. And this figure really does kick ass. This is totally a great fucking figure, including the bike. If you don't get the bike, you don't have the figure. You don't own this figure. If you have the bike, it's a kick-ass figure, and I really like it, and you need it. Number 9 is going to be Shriek. Not at all a figure I would have said a year ago would have been on this list, because a year ago I would have gone, who the fuck is that? And now, I get this figure in hand. I did grow up at the Batman Beyond show, but I'm going to be honest, the only villains I really remember from the show were Ink and Blight. So, he was a little bit odd one for me. I didn't even get him when he first came out. I ended up getting him for Christmas because I really wanted to complete the Build-A-Figure. And I got it, and I was amazed by how badass this thing is. I don't have the unmasked one. I don't need it, but definitely get this one. This one is really good, especially if you can get it for a good price. Yeah, he's worth it. Next up on my list is going to be Birds of Prey Harley Quinn. When they announced this thing, I was really hyped about it because initially it was a canceled figure. I'm not going to get into the whole story because that'll take 20 minutes, but I actually pre-ordered it whenever they announced it. But I realized, I'm like, I really don't need this. Plus, if you've actually heard me talk about, the Batman, you know that it's my most anticipated movie and has been for the last 2 years. So whenever those figures went up, I'm like, oh, I need those. And I had 20 bucks on me already because I wanted to pay my mom in advance because my mom has access to my Big Bad Toy Store account. So I'm like, I had an extra 20 bucks. I needed, because I really wanted Riddler too. So I ended up canceling this figure. And at the time, I didn't really regret it. But after seeing some videos, I go, damn, that's a really good figure. Getting her in hand, I'm a little like, shit, man. I ended up getting her for Christmas, which is before Big Bad Toy Store would have ended up getting her anyway, so whatever. But still, this is Mcfarlane's best female figure. I had not really cared for many females in this line until I got this figure. That's a fact. This figure's awesome. I'm not going to get into too much detail. Again, I haven't really reviewed any of these. If you really want me to review any of these, just let me know in the comments. Next up on my list, and number 7, I believe, Blight. This was a figure from the moment it got announced, even though it wasn't shown, I was really hyped about it. Just because I knew he would be a badass figure, and I knew he'd be on this list. I grew up with Batman Beyond. It wasn't like my entire childhood, but it's definitely a memorable cartoon from my childhood. So when the Batman Beyond figure got announced, I freaked out. And Shriek and Batwoman were 2 figures I wasn't too hyped about, and I ended up getting them, and I loved them. Now, if you would have told me Shriek would have been my favorite out of the wave, discounting the Build-A-Figure for now, wink wink, I wouldn't be surprised if someone told me Blight would be my favorite, whatsoever. This figure kicks ass. I love the alternate hand. I love the head sculpt. I really want to get to reviewing this guy because he's so good. So, yeah, that's about all I have to say. Hardly fits on the screen. My number 6 is going to be the Armored Snyder Cut Darkseid variant. Honestly, I was a little bit more hyped for the shirtless version, maybe because I knew that figure would come out first, and also I just really liked the look of that figure. I don't know why. I like that look for Darkseid. I did not hate that figure when it came out, but once I got this one, I realized I needed it. This was a must-have. This figure kicks all kinds of ass. And again, I've heard plenty of people say how this could easily work as a good comic Darkseid or a good movie one. I've seen plenty of great customs for it. This is easily the centerpiece of the Snyder Cut line. It's definitely not the best mega figure. I'll definitely get to that figure in a bit. But this figure kicks ass. Seriously, if you get this thing, he's awesome. And he will go up in value in the future. So yeah. Up at number 5, the main man, Lobo. I'm not at all surprised this guy made the list. It is such a work of art, this figure. Now, mine does have a QC issue. The foot is quite stiff. The arms pop off through movement. It's pretty annoying at times. But just looking at it, it is a badass figure. I don't want to say this because it probably wouldn't have turned out to be this good if Mcfarlane made this early in the line, but I'm amazed Mcfarlane didn't do this earlier in the line. But I'm glad they waited because it turned out to be fucking awesome. And this figure does kick all kinds of ass. I think I've heard it's some people's favorite. It's not mine. The rest, except for one, are all Bat characters because they just mean a lot to me, these versions. Well, 2 of them, I put them on here because they're badass, and the other 2, which are actually ties, but they're the same character, are just phenomenal all around. So, all right, next. All right, so my number 5 pick, I think that's where we're at. Yeah, number 5. I honestly would have been blown away if this was at number 5 just in Multiverse alone, let alone, you know, my overall list. Because honestly, the new 52 Red Hood, which I have on the right, was my favorite figure of the year, probably for the first 9 months of 2021. As times changed, blah, 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 and then I got the 3 Jokers one, which is better in my opinion, but I'm still going to include the first one, because I think if I had to pick one just to have, the new 52 one is the better Red Hood look. But if I'm going to go over the figure I actually like better, the 3 Jokers one, I think, is incredible. Love the look. The guns didn't come with it. Those are from Thomas Wayne. But it's a kick-ass figure. Both are great. I love Red Hood. That's a big reason why he's on this list. And yeah, awesome. And in 3rd place is the Futures and BatBot Build-A-Figure. I fucking love this thing. This thing is awesome. The Batman Beyond wave was awesome. This figure kicks all kinds of ass. Best Build-A-Figure I bought this year. This thing kicks so much ass. I know, enough said. If you know I'm a Joker fan, you know I fucking love this thing. Number 2 is Swamp Thing. If you don't like this figure, you're on drugs. Or you're lying, because this thing is incredible. The thing is like 12 inches tall. I mean, seriously, if Hasbro produced this thing, it would have been like $60. It's $40 in this line. Thing kicks so much ass. Thing is ginormous. When they announced this guy, I was like, oh, I don't know if he's going to be worth $40. Then you actually get him in hand. The thing, it's their biggest figure yet. This thing kicks so much ass. I love this guy. I really do. One of the best figures of the year. Okay, so we got a 3-way tie, but they're all in the same body sculpt. That is the 3 Jokers from Batman 3 Jokers. If you've ever seen a DC video with me, you know Joker is my all-time favorite character in media. Not just comics, all around in media, he is my favorite. I adore the Joker. So getting these 3 figures was pretty special because not only is it a group of Joker figures to have to mess around with, they're all fantastic Joker figures on their own. Now, if I had to pick one, it would be the Clown Joker who I have in the middle. Easily my 3rd favorite figure overall this year. But these guys I consider as one full figure. They're on the same body sculpt. Incredible. Absolutely fucking incredible. Must buy. Especially for any Joker fan, these are incredible, affordable Joker action figures that you can get. And that was my top 10 DC Multiverse figures of 2021. This is my favorite action figure line right now. I think these are easily the best DC figures that you could have ever gotten mass market. I'm not going to talk about Mafex. That's a different story. Those aren't mass market retail figures. They're different than what a big bulk of my collection is. Let me know in the comments who you thought got snubbed. Any figure. I've bought in pretty much all of the Multiverse figures this year. So if I snubbed one, I don't have Year 2 Batman or the 3 Jokers Batman in yet. After that, I have pretty much all of them. I don't have Superboy Prime. After that, I got pretty much all of the more recent releases. So let me know in the comments below. Oh, and I don't have the Gotham Knights figures either. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought. What's your favorite Multiverse figure of the year? If not, show me your list. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to say sometime later this week, I will have my top 30 figures of 2021 overall. So check back later for that. Bye.